What is Dark Multiverse of DC Universe? The Dark Multiverse is a shadow under the primary multiverse, one formed of every fear and bad decision ever made or dreamt. Worlds in the Dark Multiverse are fragile and constantly deteriorating, inevitably doomed to destruction by their own malformed construction. Because of its nature as the cradle of yet unborn worlds, the number of worlds in the Dark Multiverse is far greater than in the normal multiverse, as seen when Barbatos chose to show to Batman the galaxies of worlds born from his fears. Other heroes also have had an impact on the Dark Multiverse, with many twisted versions of heroes such as the Flash, Aquaman, and Wonder Woman preparing to invade the multiverse, even if they could have been created by Batman's fears all the same. It wasn't always the case, however. At the dawn of creation, what would later become the Dark Multiverse was known as the World Forge, a realm of infinite possibilities which was assigned to the cosmic being Alpheus by his mother, Perpetua, the creator of the multiverse. The higher being, who would later be known as the World Forger because of his duties, was tasked to oversee his own realm as one of the three fundamental parts of creation, similarly to what his brothers, Mar-Nova the Monitor and Mobius Anti-Monitor had to do with their respective realms. The World Forge was completely composed of dark matter, a substance rich in potential, which was to be used to forge new universes out of the pure metals of creation and the hopes and fears of all sentient life. Worlds that proved themselves stable would rise up into the light to join the order of worlds, while worlds that were lacking, flawed and corrupt at their cores had to be destroyed so that their energies could be released to fuel the birth of new universes. As the World Forger needed to find a way to destroy these unstable realities, he created his own pet, Barbatos, then known as the Great Dragon, who was tasked with annihilating the decaying realities. After the banishment of Perpetua and Alpheus returned to the Forge, Barbatos, who had served his master for millennia, got tired of him and his lust for destruction, which was also fueled by Perpetua's whispers, led him to rebel against the Forger and ultimately kill him. Without the World Forger, the cycle was broken. Failed universes were now allowed to exist beyond their time, festering and rotting into nothing with all the sentient beings within these realms now suffering nightmarish ends. Barbatos' rise to power forced the Monitor to generate a race of controller, the Fusionauts, which could ensure that anything and anyone from the Dark Multiverse could invade the aura of worlds, infecting the positive realities with their corruption. In the modern days, Tempest Fusionaut is one of the last defender of the multiverse's walls against the darkness of the Dark Multiverse, always checking on the nightmare realities. In the course of millennia, Perpetua continued to whisper in Barbatos' ears in order to cause a new crisis and, as a consequence, damage the multiverse enough to ultimately free her from her prison. Barbatos was led to plan his invasion of the positive multiverse. During the final crisis, the occasion finally came as Bruce Wayne aka Batman was sent back in time to the prehistoric era by Darkseid's Omega beams. The event was noticed by Barbatos, who chose him as his portal and possible vessel for his arrival into the multiverse. The Bat God began inspiring humankind through the Bat tribe and used the Bird tribe, which in modern days became the Court of Owls, to enact his master plan. During the final crisis, Mandrak the Dark Monitor was also banished out of the multiverse by Superman, sinking into the overvoid until he finally arrived into the Dark Multiverse. For millennia, the existence of the Dark Multiverse was unknown to the Prime Multiverse's residents until, on Prime Earth, the investigations of the Black Hawk Squadron and the Challengers of the Unknown led the ladders to journey into the unknown and reach the Dark Multiverse. Barbatos' agents, the Court of Owls, engineered the mantling of Batman by using the 5 native heavy metals of the Dark Multiverse: nth metal, promethium, dionysium, electrum, and batmanium on him. The Dark Knight was eventually sent to that corrupted multiverse while bringing forth Barbatos, who had assembled an army of the worst Dark Multiverse Batman's counterparts, the so-called Dark Knights, who were born from Bruce Wayne's fears, under the command of the Batman who laughs.